Hello and welcome to the Debrief. Myself, Clarke, and Theo Squires here with you on the Blood Red channel. Theo coming live from Anfield. The tunes blaring out following a 6-0 win for the Reds, who cut Man City's lead at the top to just 3 points, with Leeds United side being off 2 goals for Mohamed Salah from the penalty spot, 2 for Sadio Mane, and goals apiece from Joel Matip and Virgil van Dijk as well. Theo, what a show that was put on under the lights tonight.
Yeah, it's the perfect way to go into a cup final, isn't it? 6 goals, 2 of your forwards getting a brace each, clean sheet, moving 3 points behind Man City. Then you look at that goal difference as well. I think they're now, 3 or 4 ahead of Man City on the goal difference. And when it's so close at the top, it could really be that decisive come the end of the season. The only reason Man City got the goal difference so close in the first place over the festive period is because they put 7 past Leeds United. Well, tonight it was Liverpool's turn. And while we've all seen them play better, it was still a great performance. I know I have to quiet my voice a bit because I'm shouting now, the music's gone. But I can actually hear you a bit better now, Guy. But yeah, it was just a great performance from all around. Like I said, they have played better, but it doesn't matter when you go and score goals like that. It just was almost like putting on a party. Luis Diaz was superb, getting all his tricks and flicks around, running around people for fun. Mohamed Salah huffed and puffed and tried so hard to get that hat-trick. Didn't quite come for him, but it's still another 2 goals for him. I think it's 27 for the season now, and he is outright the 9th leading goal scorer in Liverpool's history, having gone 10th in the last time. And it's just, everything went well for Liverpool. Jurgen Klopps gave it extra bumps in the end. Perfect preparation for Wembley.
Yeah, no, as you say, Liverpool maybe not even at their scintillating best. They were definitely purring tonight. But off the back of, I suppose, when you add the context that Man City had dropped points after Liverpool had played, it was the first kind of time to then back up the result that obviously had seen Man City falter against Tottenham. There was pressure on it tonight, and it was a game in hand that needed to be won, and boy, was it.
Yeah, definitely. I think you could feel that there was maybe a bit of the feeling of the pressure early on because Liverpool did start slowly. Leeds were quite out the races quickly, all over from the start. It could have started so differently when Alisson had a little slip up against Daniel James and Joel Matip had to bail him out there. But as soon as they got the first goal, that settled the nerves and it just let Liverpool play their game. Joel Matip, he's finally done what he's promised to do for pretty much ever since he joined Liverpool. One of those mad runs actually leading to a goal. You see Ian Doyle there running behind me, celebrating away, I'm sure. And then, it just, once they got those first goals, you knew the result was going to come. It was just how many. At half-time, it was already, they got the points. They were going to be 3 points behind Man City. It was just how many more on the goal difference can you get away from Man City? And they've done it in style today. I can't think of a single bad performance. And then when you've got your 2 centre-backs both scoring and 2 of your forwards as well, the only thing you could have maybe added was a cherry on top of the cake would have been like if Milner had come on and scored against his former club. And he had a go, to be fair. But yeah, it was just Liverpool knew that they got the job done. And then they didn't have to go through it and push it too much in the second half. It was just playing the right passes, creating chances, and eventually the extra goals came. And thank God, touch wood, they've come through it without any new injuries as well. They even take some of the players off early in the second half to protect the likes of Thiago. It was, everything went right for Liverpool tonight in the end.
Yeah, what was the reception like at the end from the Kop to the team, to Jurgen Klopp? Obviously, the start of the week that's going to culminate in a Wembley Cup final. It feels the perfect kind of preparation for that. A lot of players in the groove tonight, not just the goal scorers. Thiago was absolutely fantastic in the midfield, pulling the strings as well. And it just builds up towards that occasion, that everything in the league now is in a place where I don't think a few weeks ago many people thought it could be as rosy maybe as it is looking right now. Whereas there's a cup final to come at the end of the week, and as I say, you've been in the ground, one of the lucky few this evening to be in the ground and see that send off that the team have been afforded.
Yeah, the roar at full time was deafening. I can tell how much it means that the fans have got that belief now that they're unstoppable, that they can catch Man City and that the team can win every game. And it's right, pressure is on you, Pep Guardiola, pressure is on you, Manchester City. If you want to win this league, you have to win every game. And it makes a nice change because we've seen in the past when Liverpool have been in the title races, they have been the hunted, they've had the pressure on and they've slipped. Or even we talk 18-19, they didn't slip. City just had a game in hand on them for half a season and managed to win every game. And it was like, fair play, you deserve to win that title because you've done what should have been impossible. This is a rare opportunity for Liverpool to be the hunter. They've got no pressure on them as a result. Like 2 months ago, 6 weeks ago, it looked done and dusted. The 3-horse race had become a 1-horse race. And then City dropped points, 2-3 games, and all of a sudden Liverpool are breathing down their necks. And they're in this position of strength now. They drop points along the way and fall short. It's a disappointment, but it's not as though you can say they failed because you didn't expect them to be in this position in the first place. They've just done brilliantly to get back in the position where they can put the pressure on Man City, and they've just got to focus on themselves, focus on every game they're playing one by one, enjoy it, get the results, and then see what Man City are doing at the end of it. They've got to go to the Etihad, we know that, but that's still 6 weeks off. So a lot of football to be played before then. While it's 3 points gap tonight, who knows what it could be when that game actually happens. It could be decisive. City could have pulled away again, or they could have faltered under the pressure and Liverpool got a lead at the top themselves. But these two teams, they are so good because they push each other to these levels. That's what both managers have said for the years. When Liverpool go and have their amazing season, like the best in their club, City win the league by getting a point more than them and winning the league because they had a goal and clearance at the Etihad in January. The season after, Liverpool go even better. Their next best ever season, City falter. We've been robbed of that sequel to 18-19, the real title challenge, and it's looking like this year we've got it. You just wanted the teams to keep that pressure on each other, or for City to falter a little bit along the way and Liverpool to just overtake them. But it's not as exciting overtaking them in February, March. You want it to go to the wire and Liverpool to do it in style. You're an Arsenal fan. You won't remember 89, but that is in your club's history. You know how important that was to win it in that style. City know how important it was to win it on the last day with Aguero and all that stuff. This could be Liverpool's time if we get that dramatic title race. It's just set up for an entertaining watch for the next 2-3 months.
Yeah, the race is well and truly on. And I suppose talking then of the attack and that side you've been able to see tonight, you mentioned before it was without really having to be in top gear really, and yet 6 goals scored. And Luis Diaz may not have scored tonight, but looks some capture and as though he's been playing in this Liverpool side for months rather than weeks. And Sadio Mane, much, I suppose, maligned since the arrival of Luis Diaz as well, playing through the middle. He even kind of dropped into the midfield at times and was linking the play as well as being there at the top of the pitch to finish moves and get himself a couple of goals.
Yeah, I said after the Norwich game that the front three didn't click for me. It took the change of formation for them to really get going. And that was after a game where Luis Diaz struggled. He was in a physical battle and he wasn't really getting much of it his own way. Sadio Mane was maybe adapting to this new deeper role. He's played up front before, but it didn't quite click until they had those two swap and Origi came on and Thiago behind them. But tonight it just worked for them. Like Sadio Mane, it could have easily been a 4-0 or a 3-0, whatever. He doesn't score tonight and he doesn't get the plaudits he deserves. But he was brilliant in that deep role, dropping deep, as you said, linking up with the midfield, getting stuck in and winning the challenges. It's the role that's normally, when you think of Firmino, it's unheralded, isn't it? It's the one that you don't get the plaudits. Diogo Jota comes in and he doesn't link up with the forwards the same way, but he gets the goals. And maybe it could be a new way forward for Sadio Mane. He's an option through the middle as well. But Diaz, he was superb. Like the way he was taking on these players, he's got the pace. I've seen people say he reminds them of Squires. I've seen people say he reminds them of Torres. He's a mixture of the two, isn't he? He's just got that pace, that skill. He's such a special player. And it's a big testament to him that the Kop were singing his name, bringing back the Luis Suarez chant tonight, but making a small change to make it. Just can't get enough of Luis Diaz. Brilliant display from him.
Yeah, definitely right. We will be wrapping up very shortly indeed. But tonight, Theo, you were there to document and watch history. Joel Matip scoring in open play, as you say, finally going on one of his mazy runs and getting the ball at the end of it. And great finish, took it like a centre forward.
Yeah, he did. He's been promising that for so long now. He loves going on those runs and then he usually gets to the edge of the box and he doesn't really know what to do with it. He'll turn back or he skies it. He kept his head tonight. He saw Mohamed Salah to his right, played that ball, ran on. It was a brilliant finish from him. I think he helped create a goal at Ellen Road. It's like one of the other times we've actually seen him go on a run and do something for it. So maybe he just needs to play at Leeds every week. That's the one. That's the decisive thing for him. He just always finds a way against Leeds. But yeah, that's why Jurgen Klopp loves him, and that's why Liverpool players love him, why the fans love him, why he's this cult hero, because he does the unpredictable. He doesn't know what he's going to do with it. 99 times out of 100, it will come to nothing, and you're just watching, waiting for that one time when it happens. Tonight was that one time. It was a fit and finish. It was such a good move from him. Hopefully he's not peaked too early. Hopefully that's given him a taste for it, and he can do the same against Chelsea at the weekend, and then just keep doing it, because he is a special player. He's so good at dribbling, and it's good that we're finally able to see him get the goal he deserves for all these many efforts.
Yeah, definitely a night to remember as well for the Reds. Stick with us here on Blood Red with both Marcelo Bielsa and Jurgen Klopp's post-match press conferences to come. Head over to the Liverpool Echo as well. Plenty more reaction to come before the night is out there. Liverpool then running out 6-0 winners at Anfield to cut the lead to just 3 points at the top of the Premier League table. From myself, Clarke and Theo Squires, thanks for joining us on the Debrief. It's bye for now.